Sir, your card has been declined. And the facial expression I had, I was just like, what? My face turned red. I felt like it was 200 degrees in the dang coals. Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Mamba here today, bringing you guys back a new freaking video. And I hope you guys are having an amazing day, because I am, and well, you guys should too. Now, before we start today's video, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and turn post notifications on so you guys know when I upload. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you guys enjoy what you're watching, well then definitely subscribe for more future content. But anyways, let's jump into today's video, and it's gonna be a story time video because these are obviously my favorites to do. But there's gonna be something a little bit different than what we usually do. We're not gonna be having Call of Duty gameplay in the background, and it's just simply because a lot of people that watch it, you know, usually tell me, oh, try a video without the Call of Duty gameplay and just you know, facing us, the viewers, just you and yourself. So I'm gonna give it a try, and if you guys definitely like you know, this version better, then drop a like on the video or comment down below which one you guys would like, with the gameplay or not, because you know, as a creator, I just want to bring the best content for you guys. And that being said, whatever floats your guys' boat, well, I want to know what that is. So anyway, let's jump into today's story time. And now, as you guys can tell by the title, this is gonna be the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me. And honestly, it was literally the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me. Now, I know there's that thing where I fell down the ice, and yes, that is pretty funny. If you haven't seen, well, here's a clip. Anyways, so with that being said, that was something I wasn't really embarrassed about, because I thought that was pretty hilarious myself. But anyways, this was something that, like, I literally ended up getting red. I felt like 270 degrees, man. It was terrible. So anyways, Christmas came, you know. Obviously I do have a job, so I'm able to get people presents and all that. And at the time, I had already spent a good amount of money. I spent, I think, $400 to $500 at the time, you know, getting gifts for everybody. And then I had went to Kohl's because I was gonna go get some more things. I was gonna go get like a NutriBullet, some gift cards, some, you know, Nike outfits for my mom and all that. And you know, the total ended up coming to like $4 something. Now, at the time, I knew I had enough money to pay for all this, because I already had been saving for a while, because I knew I was gonna spend this much money on Christmas, so I already planned ahead of time to have this much money set aside for it. And I get to the cash register, I have everything there. She checks everything all out, and I give her my card, and she, you know, runs it through. And you know, a couple seconds later, she's like, sir, your card has been declined. And the facial expression I had, I was just like, what? My face turned red. I felt like it was 200 degrees in the dang coals. It was literally terrible, because honestly, if you have ever had your card declined before, then you know how embarrassing it feels to being able to try to buy something and it just ends up not going through, and then the, you know, the cashier's just looking at you like, man, why are you trying to buy something when you don't have enough money for it, and this and that. And it was honestly so terrible. When I tell you guys this, I was so embarrassed, and she was just like, oh, do you need me to take a couple things out and then let's try again? I'm like, no ma'am, I'm sorry, it's just I know I have enough money in there, I don't know why my card's being declined. And then they finally popped into my head that I'm not 18 yet. And being non-18, I have a spending limit on my card. I think it was around $500, yeah. And I already had spent $400 before previously, so spending another $400, it wasn't gonna allow me to do anything, because it was just a large amount of cash that I was gonna put down. So I ended up leaving, and I told her I was gonna be right back. And I had called my mom, because I can't personally call Wells Fargo. Like I said, I'm not 18. I'm not like the owner of my account. So I called my mom, and I'm like, hey mom, this bull crap, like, you need to tell them to fix my credit, like my spending limit, because I can't get Christmas gifts and this and that. And I was just like so mad, because it was a couple days before Christmas, I'm not gonna lie. I was a late shopper, so I was just trying to get everything done, and if I didn't, I was just gonna feel bad that I didn't get certain people gifts. And so my mom's like, okay, I'll call them for you. My mom calls them, you know, spends up the limit to, I think it's 1,000 now. So that was good. I ended up, you know, going back to the store about an hour later, because I just didn't know what to do in that time period, because my mom was still at work, and she was like, I'll call them afterwards. So she ended up calling them. They raised the limit for me, and I left my house again, went to Kohl's. She still had everything there. She was a sweet lady. She's like, I'll keep it on hold for you just in case, you know, you end up coming back later. And I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to come back later because I need to get these freaking gifts. I need to just pay for all of this. So I ended up coming back, I think it was around 4-ish o'clock. And she's like, oh, and she was funny because she was still in the same spot. She was like, oh, are you all ready, sir? And I'm like, yes. So I told her what happened. I was like, yeah, I ended up, you know, going over my spending limit. And she was like, oh, well, she was like, that's good. She was like, because it was honestly gonna suck that if you had to return all this stuff and, you know, having to find it all over again the next day. And I was like, yeah. So I told her, I was like, yeah, I put my limit up to 1,000. I told her, I was like, I'm not 18 yet. So she was like, man, you're not 18. Look at this face. She's like, you have the face of a 20-year-old. And it's funny because a lot of people tell me that, like, dude, look at this beard. Oh man, it's coming in soon. But anyways, it was just embarrassing time for me to try and buy something and my card being declined. If you guys have ever happened, like, if that's ever happened to you guys, comment down below, tell me what happened, because I honestly want to hear what you guys have to say. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed today's video, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and, you know, welcome to the channel. If you guys aren't subscribed yet, welcome. I do vlogs, I do story times, Call of Duty gameplays, tips and tricks, and challenges. So if you guys are all into that, stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and I'll thank you.